Let's begin indeed. Hello people, this is Jerry speaking. Welcome to TheCrazyBunch's WebShow episode 27. Now before we begin this TheCrazyBunch's WebShow episode, I would like to say I am so sorry for the huge delay. I just recently came back after a 2-week hiatus from TheCrazyBunch's WebShow, and recently I don't know what else to do. But right now I'm back. And let's go ahead and read the tributes to Alex Trebek, and we're going to follow up to 2 more topics and a goodbye message to Miss Jeannie right now. So we got, shall we? So we got George Alexander Trebek, OC, was a Canadian-American game show host and television personality. He was a host of the syndicated game show Jeopardy for 37 seasons. For a revival in 1984 until his death in 2020. Excuse me. He also hosted a number of other game shows, including The Wizard of Oz, Double Dare, High Rollers, Battlestars, Class of Concentration, and Tell the Truth. Trebek also made appearances in a number of television series in which he usually played himself. A native of Canada, Trebek was naturalized United States citizen in 1998. He received a Daytime Emmy Award as outstanding game show host 7 times for his work on Jeopardy. He died on November 8th, 2020. He was 8 years old after a nearly 2-year battle with pancreatic, where he pronounced his word, cancer. He had been contacted to Jeopardy host until 2022. Early life. He was born in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada on July 22nd, 1940, the son of George Edward Trebek, Trebek, a chef who, what they call it, but anyway, a chef who have emerged from Ukraine as a child, and Lucille Legay, born on April 14th, 1921, a French organization. He grew up in a bilingual French-English household. Trebek's first job was when he was 13. He was a bellhop at the hotel where his father worked as a chef. Wow. Trebek attended Sudbury High School, now Sudbury Secondary School, and then attended the University of Hawaii. Trebek graduated from the University of Hawaii with a degree in philosophy in 1961. With a university student, he was a member of the English Debating Society. At that time, he was interested in a career in broadcast news. Sounds interesting. Broadcasting career, CBC. Before completing his degree, Trebek began his career in 1961, working for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. According to Trebek, I went to school in the mornings and working at nights. And I did everything at one time, replacing every announcer and potential possible job. Excuse me. He would work eventually read the Trebek CBC National Radio News and cover a wide range of special events for CBC Radio and CBC Television, including certain in horse racing. Trebek's first hosting job was a Canadian music program called Music Hop in 1963. In 1966, he hosted a high school quiz show called Reach for the Top. From 1967 to 1970, he was the host of CBC introducing classical music, which is boring. Programs including performances of Glenn Charles, who won 2 seasons he hosted a weekly skating program. It started in 1969. Trebek also hosted Strategy, a weekday afternoon game show from 1971 until the end of 1972. Trebek hosted I Hear Till 9, the local morning drive radio show from CBC Ontario, way to pronounce it. In 1971, Trebek was one of the several of the band shortlisted to succeed World Connell as host of Hockey Night in Canada. Although Trebek was the preferred choice of executive producer Ralph Murray, we pronounce it, based on his audition in other CBC roles, Murray stated in 2020 he was usually chose Dave Hodge instead, but his boss did not want someone in the mustache to host Hockey Night. The game show career began in 1973. Trebek moved to the United States and worked for NBC as a host in the new game show, The Wizard of Oz. Although a year later, Trebek hosted the popular Muriel Heffer and Bob Quigley game show High Rollers, which had two-way commented on NBC in 1974 and 1976, and 1978 to 1980, and a cooperating syndicated version in 1975 to 1976. In between stints, as host of High Rollers, Trebek hosted a short-lived CBS game show, Double Dare. Not to be confused with the 1986 Nickelodeon game show with the same name. Double Dare turned out to be the only game show to be CBS network. He returned to CBS in 1994 to host the premiere base-off until 1998. And the first show he hosted was with the Mark Goods and Bill Tom Productions. It was the second season of the syndicated series, The $128,000 Question, which was recorded in Toronto. Since the second incarnation of High Rollers premiered while the $128,000 Question was still airing on entertainment episodes, Trebek became one of the two hosts to emerge shows in both the United States and Canada to join Jim Perry, who was hosting the definition Headlines Hunters in Canada, and Car Sharks, who Convert Measury premiered the same day as High Rollers in 1976 in the United States. Wow. Trebek's Barney side was put on display in 1978 in a special vertical edition of Reach for the Top, and it's a Radio Canada equipment. I can't speak that language, excuse me. Ganja Harbe is in the show. Trebek attended smoothly between French and English throughout. Regular host of the day, Trebek. Hold on. Hello?
Hey, buddy.
How's it going with you?
That's good. We're almost done.
Okay? Yeah, that's fine. I'm just taping an episode of TheCrazyBunch's WebShow right now. I just got done with 2 projects. I am 3 more to go.
Alright, love you, buddy.
Love you too, oink oinks. Sorry about that, that was my mom. But anyway, where was I? Oh yes, like any other show host of the day, Trebek made several guest appearances on the panelists or player of the shows. One of the guest appearances was a special week on NBC's Car Sharks in 1980. Wow. He and several game show hosts, Alan London, Bill Cullen, Wick Martindale, Jack Clark, Tom Kennedy, Gene Rainburn, and Jim Lang completed a week-long round-robin tournament for charity. Trebek won the tournament, defeating Cullen in the finals. Wow. Trebek also appeared as a celebrity teammate on the NBC game show, the Marble Machine in 1985. And the Tom Kennedy hosted NBC World Game, to say the least, in 1978. Both of those shows were produced by Merrill Harper Bob Quigley Productions, which also produced High Rollers, the show Trebek was hosting for during both of those guest appearances. Trebek was also a contestant on Celebrity Bowling, wow, in 1976, teamed with Jim McCurry. The duo won their match against Dick Glazier and Scatman Crawford. Okay. After High Rollers was canceled in 1980, Trebek moved to Battlestars from NBC. The show debuted in October 1981 and was canceled in April 1982, after only 6 months on the air. In September 1981, Trebek locked the helm of the syndicated Pitfall, which taped in Vancouver and forced him to commit. Wow. He had done with hosting High Rollers and the $28,000 Question in 1978. Pitfall was canceled after his production company, Cashmere Productions, went bankrupt. Wow. As a result, he was never paid for the series. After both series ended, Trebek hosted a revival of Battlestars called The New Battlestars, that ended after 13 weeks. That's the shot of a series of pilots, web series for producer Mario here, who had work hosting High Rolls and Battlestars, and Merv Griffin. The Heather pilots were were Malcolm and NBC or pilot featuring Trebek with an animated character as his co-host, and Lucky Numbers. If you watch this, Alex Paris, an attempt and a revival of High Rollers that failed to sell. For Griffin, he shot 2 pilots in the revival of Jeopardy, where the original host Art Fleming, which is awesome, afraid of Trebek, just declined to return as a role owing to the its differences. Wow. The revival sold. Trebek began hosting it in 1984 and remained this host until his death. His final episode hosting Jeopardy was aired on Christmas Day 2020, which I'll have to watch. In 1987, while still hosting Jeopardy, Trebek returned to the daytime television as host on NBC's Classic Concentration with his second show, Mark Guzman. He hosted both shows simultaneously until September 20th, 1991, when Classic Concentration aired its final first run episode. NBC will air repeats until 1993. In 1991, Trebek made broadcast history by becoming the first person to host 3 American game shows at the same time. Wow. Airing this station on February 4th, 1991. When he took over from Lynn Swan as host with NBC's To Tell the Truth for Guzman Totten. When he hosted until the end of the series run on May 31st, 1991. In 1994, Trebek returned to the CBS network for the first time since hosting Double Dare to host the Post-Barry Bake Off. When he hosted until 1998, Trebek and Pat Sajak hosted Wheel of Fortune, Trade Places, and April Fool's Day 1997. Pat Sajak hosted Jeopardy, and Trebek hosted Wheel of Fortune with Sajak's wife Leslie as Trebek's co-host. Sajak, Wheel of Fortune co-host Van White, played contestants as a wheel with wins going forward towards charities. Trebek also appeared on Celebrity Poker Showdown in 2005. Came in second place in the qualifying game, losing to Cheryl Haynes. On June 24th, 2018, Trebek returned as a panelist on the ABC revival Tell the Truth. Trebek also hosted a Jeopardy primetime special event called The Greatest of All Time on ABC in January 2020, filling the highest money winners in the show history, Brad Rutter, Ken Jennings, and James Hosnayer against each other. Other appearances. Trebek made multiple guest appearances on other TV series, such as ranging from Jimmy Carl Live in 2008 and 2011, from the Culper Report series finale. In August 95, in the return of the broadcast news roots, Trebek spot in the Charles Goodman for a leak on Good Morning America. Trebek was a guest star on season 3 of the X-Files, playing one of the 2 man-black human agents charged with the segregation of experiential life forms on Earth, hiding their existence with other humans, opposite Jesse Benetra, we pronounce it. In the episode, Jose Charles for Outer Space, which first aired on April 12th, 1996. On June 13th, 2014, Jewish Bull Records presented Trebek with the world's record for most episodes of the game show hosted, with 6,829 episodes at the time. Trebek also appeared in multiple television commercials. On October 1st, 2018, Trebek moderated the only debate in the Pennsylvania governor's race between Democrat Tim Wolf and Republican Scott Ranger. According to news outlets, he wanted to change the flow of the debate to be more controversial instead of the more traditional format. He dominated the debate and talked for 40% of it, of talking about himself without giving candidates time to discuss their sentences on political issues. He also made remarks raging regarding this, yes, what am I going to say, abuse, scandals in the Catholic Church. Trebek regularly apologized in his performance, stating that he was naive and misunderstood for the role of the monitor. I offer my serious apologies to the people in Pennsylvania. I state I dearly love, he said. Trebek was interviewed by Michael Stern for the ABC special covering Jeopardy in his career, produced for the premiere Jeopardy, the greatest of all time, which aired on January 2nd, 2020. On October 6, 2020, Trebek made a cameo appearance in the 2020 NHL entry draft, announcing the Ultras Skydraw first overall draft pick. Tim Sorcery is a style of Jeopardy question. Personal life. Trebek married broadcaster Israel Kyle in 1974. The couple have no children, although Trebek's adopted Kyle Short's daughter, Nikki, their divorce in 1981. In 1990, he married Jean Carvain, a real estate project manager from New York. They have 2 children, Matthew and Emily. In 1996, Trebek ran for the Olympic torch in Jacksonville, Florida. For the leg of this journey into Atlanta, he became a naturalized citizen of the United States in 1998. In the late 2021, during Jeopardy's 18th season, Trebek shaved the mustache that he would have worn for over 30 years. He wore to take the mustache for the first half of the April fake mustache, for the first half of April 1st, 2008, an episode of the April Fool's Joke. In summer 2014, Trebek regrew the mustache from the very first season of Jeopardy, only to shave it off again a month into the season. Trebek grew out a full beard as at the beginning of the 2018 season, shaving it down to the goatee for the second episode of the mustache by the second week. And the next day was clean shaven again. Wow. On January 30th, 2014, 2004, I misspoke. Trebek escaped major injury after falling asleep behind the wheel of the pickup truck while driven along the Retro Road in the Central Coast town, Templeton, California. Returning from the family home in Lake Nashua, pronounce it. The truck swipe-wise a stream mailbox moved 45 feet over the embankment and came to rest against a grocery pole in the ditch. Trebek was not cited in the accident and returned to work in the Jeopardy for 4 days later. Trebek owned a management in the 700-acre 20-ha ranch near Paji Rabbies in Crush, California, known as Crush Farms. Okay, we bred and trained Beard race horses. Okay, it's called Rubber's Gold is the stakes winning sign of still of gold. Trebek sold the operation in 2008, and the proprietary is now an event center called Windfall Farms. In 2008 interview with Vulture, Trebek said he was a political mentor and registered independent. Neither chart starters nor lyrical with some liberations leading. Trebek said he believed in God and as a Christian. During the 2018 racial debate, he said he was raised Catholic during his childhood and his adolescence. Okay. I guess it'll be good. Health. On December 11th, 2007, Trebek suffered a major heart attack in his home, but returned to work in the schedule in January 28, 2008. On July 2011, he injured an artery detention when chasing a burglar who had entered the San Francisco hotel room. When recovered 6 weeks in the cast. Trebek suffered another mild heart attack in June 2012, was able to return to work for the following month. Wow. On December 15th, 2017, over a winter break of Jeopardy taping, Trebek was admitted to Cedars Sinai Medical Center after reportedly experienced complications from the fall in October of that year. The incident resulted in the cerebral hemorrhage. Trebek underwent surgery to remove blood clots from his brain the following day. On January 4th, 2018, the verified Twitter account of Jeopardy was announced that Trebek had been suffering from the fall. Trebek required a short medical leave and returned to regular hosting duty in mid-January 2018. In 2018, while being interviewed by Harvey Lavon on Fox News, Trebek floated the idea of retirement. Well, saying the odds of leaving Jeopardy in 2020 when 50-50 chance and a little less, he had he might continue to be not make too many mistakes. Will he make an initial decision as to what he should give up the company role? In October that year, he signed a new contract to continue host through 2022. Wow. 2 years from now, but sad. Stating in January 2019 that although he was began to slow down through to his age, the show's work schedule, consisting of 46 taping sessions each year, was still manageable. Progressive cancer and death. On March 6, 2019, Trebek announced he had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He had been experiencing a perfect stomach ache before this diagnosis was not been recognized and been stomach of the disease. In the prepared video announcement of the diagnosis, Trebek, knowing that he was been prosthetics was poor, but says he was been aggressively fight with the cancer and hopes to beat the odds and wanted to continue hosting Jeopardy as long as he would be able. Joking he was a constant aggravation him to do so for 3 more years. Okay, wow. Trebek updated the situation in May 2019, stating he was responding especially well with the treatment and that some tumors has been shocked to have and they're previously a sore size. He credited the players and well wishes and his fans for their better than usual results and plan to undergo several more rounds of commemoration. Trebek finished the round of cultural fiery piece. Excuse me, I misspoke. But anyway, treatments and time to resume taping of the show in August 2019. Follow up and most rapidly was effective and Trebek resumed commercially in September. Excuse me, I misspoke. But anyway, on October 4th, 2019, in an interview with CTV's chief anchor and senior editor Lisa Fame, Trebek said, "I'm not afraid of dying. I live a good life, a full life, and I'm nearing the end of that life. If it happens, why should I be afraid of that?" In the same interview, Trebek, knowing the source's mouth, and size that effect that commemoratively was inferring that he was buried to speak, knowing that there was that there was a real come point where they fans and producers would no longer be able to say, oh, it's okay. On November 11, 2019, during the final Jeopardy round, a player's response saying was, "We love you, Alex," which caused Trebek to become emotional. Hours later, hashtag "We love you, Alex" was trending on Twitter. In a December 2019 interview with ABC News, Trebek stated that he would begin looking at inspirational treatments that and commercial recipes, and despite periods of severe pain, depression, he was still in good enough physical condition to handle construction projects. Trebek also stated that he had already prepared one on their farewell statement from his cancer diagnosis. In March 2020, Trebek announced that he had survived 1 year of cancer treatment. Wow. Nothing to be preparation giving him only 18% chance to survive that long. Wow. And that involved the chemotherapy treatments that were often worse than the cancer psoriasis themselves. He was confirmed and he was surviving another year. Oh God. Staying there, he was in treatment for the would be a betrayal to his family, supporters, and to God who was he had faith. And as a precautionary measure, Jeopardy was to tape episodes without a studio audience as protection from the ongoing COVID-19. Trebek became both his age and condition was probably the risk of death from a partial virus of coronavirus Soon afterward, production of the show was suspended altogether. The show resumed taping in August in time for the season 37 premiere. On July 16th, 2020, Trebek gave an update regarding his cancer. He said that he's felt cemetery was paying off. He was also stating that he was looking forward to taping again. On July 21st, 2020, he published his memoir, The Answer Is, Reflection of My Life. Trebek underwent surgery related to his cancer treatment in October. He returned to the show 2 weeks after the surgery, was unable to handle his full workload because of the pay for the surgery he had, but split his usual 5-episode taping sessions over 2 days. These 5 episodes would have been his last. He taped his final episode on October 29th, 2020. Trebek died at his home in his Los Angeles home on November 8th, 2020, after more than 18 months fighting pancreatic cancer. He was 80 years old. Now, for following reactions, film Jeopardy contestant Ken Jennings, Canadian Prime Minister Justin famed Jeopardy contestant Ken Jennings, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Commercial, and Wheel of Fortune stars Pat Sajak and Vanna White were among those who paid tribute. On November 9, 2020, before the Jeopardy aired, as a direct tribute, current executive producer of both Wheel of Fortune Jeopardy, that is a former executive producer of Price is Right, Mike Richards. Open the show, I'm Mike Richards, the executive producer of Jeopardy. Over the weekend, we lost our beloved host, Alex Trebek. This is an emotional loss to our staff and crew, for his family, and his millions of fans. He loved the show, everything he stood for, and in fact, he taped his final episodes less than 2 weeks ago. It will forever be an inspiration for his constant desire to learn. His kindness, and for love of his family. We were his 35 episodes we shot. That was what we wanted. On behalf of everyone here on Jeopardy, we thank you for everything else. This is Jeopardy. the lights on set that they blew in remembrance. Since his death, various TV networks aired their very own tributes to Trebek, such as MeTV. We played Wes Cliff, Calvin and Mama on Jeopardy, 2 episodes on the classic 80s sitcoms Cheers, Mama's Family, respectively, which Jeopardy was a plot device. Buzzer, which aired episodes of shows Trebek guest starred on Car Sharks, and hosted on the Class Concentration, To Tell the Truth, in the Friend Media Library. And Game Show Network, which aired a Jeopardy marathon. And now, we're going to do the moment solids, and we're going to do these 2 tributes. Thank you. Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. Now I'll have to move on to my next topic, which is going to be Power Up. And that is a new album by AC/DC. And I'm going to talk about it one more time on Crazy Bunch WebShow episode 27. Now, it is very, 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 very exciting to see the new album on AC/DC. So, let's see what we got. Power Up, sometimes touring as to Power Up, and Showers Power Up, in the 17th studio album by Australian rock band AC/DC, released on November 20, released on last 2 several Fridays ago, November 13, 2020. Their 16th international release studio album, and then the 17th release to be released on Australia. Power Up makes the return of the vocalist Brian Johnson, drummer Phil Rudd, and bassist Cliff Williams, all of whom left AC/DC and during and after the support tour for their previous album, Rock a Bus. This is also the band's first album since the death of their co-founder and rhythm guitarist, Malcolm Young, in 2017. And it serves to be a tribute to him, according to his brother, Angus. The album was generally well received by music critics. Okay. Background recording. Following the 2014 album, Rock a Bus, the group embarked on the 17th Music Month World Tour. Part of the tour, Jordan Phil Rudd was charged with mentioning the person murder, friend to kill, possession of method of mine, and possession of cannabis. For this tour, Rudd was replaced by Chris Slade, who was previously played with AC/DC on the 1990 album, The Razor's Edge. Several years after Rudd left the band. Excuse me, I misspoke, but anyway. By 2016, lead singer Brian Johnson had started to suffer hearing loss, causing the final 10 days of their Rock a Bus tour to be rescheduled. Immediately, he was placed with Guns N' Roses vocalist Axl Rose for the remaining dates. On July 8th, 2016, bassist Cliff Williams announced that he was retiring from the band once the tour was finished. Citing health issues that were retiring and calling AC/DC a change animal. In 2018, rumors began saying that AC/DC were working on the 17th studio album, with Johnson, Rudd, and Williams having to return to the group. Johnson, Rudd, Angus Young, and Stevie Young were photographed in August 2018 in Warehouse Studio, a recording studio in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, owned by fellow musician Brian Adams. Excuse me. Suggesting the band were working with they have recorded their 3 previous albums. The rumors were later confirmed to be true, with the album be recorded there over the 6-month period, in August and September 2018 with producer Brandon O'Brien. Who also worked on September 2008 Black Eyes and 2014's Rock a Bus. With some tweaking having fall in early 2019. Every track is credited to Angus Malcolm Young, and Angus rated the AC/DC's ball and unreleased songs to record the album. Okay. Production release. After you keep saying after too much, but anyway, a series of commercial teasers of the band's website. The album title was revealed to be Power Up on October 7th, 2020. The band's first single, Shot in the Dark, was released the same day. Wow. Also, after the series of teasers in the same days prior, excuse me, but anyway, a music video for the song was released on October 26, 2020. The song topped the Billboard Mainstream Rock Songs chart for 2 weeks starting in November 2020. A clip for the second song, Demon Fire, was debuted ahead of the album's release on October 30th, 2020. Excuse me. As well. The album's single Realize was released on November 11th, 2020. The album was released nearly last Friday the 13th of November of 2020. To be the first week of the release, the project will place at summer either the first or second the Billboard 200 all format albums charts at the top of US and UK album sales charts. This record is pretty much a dedication to Malcolm, my brother. It's a tribute to him like Black and Black was a tribute to Bon Scott, Angus on Power Up. But anyway. Critical reception. I'm not gonna read that, but I'm gonna read more gonna read track listing and personal, and that'll be it for that topic. So anyway. All tracks are written by Angus and Malcolm Young. Realize, number 1, 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Number 2, Rejection, 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Number 3, Shot in the Dark, 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Number 4, Through the Mist of Time, 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Number 5, Kick You When You're Down, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Number 6, Witch's Spell, 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Number 7, Demon Fire, 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Sorry. Number 8, Wild Respondation, 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Number 9, No Man's Land, 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Number 10, Systems Down, 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Number 11, Money Shot, 3 minutes and 5 seconds. And finally, Code Red, 3 minutes and 31 seconds. That's a total length of 41 minutes and 3 seconds. Personal, is AC/DC's Angus Young, lead singer, Brian Johnson, lead vocals, Phil on drums, Cliff Williams and bass guitar, backing vocals, Stevie Young and rhythm guitar and backing vocals. Initial personnel are as follows: Mike Frazier, engineering mixing, Brian O'Brien in production mixing, Ryan Smith in mastering, Billy Ballers in initial engineering, Zach Blackstone in engineering, Dominic Commercial in engineering, Rachel Jones in equipment technician, Trace Foster in equipment technician, Simon Martrand in equipment technician, Josh Clash in Clash won't pronounce it, excuse me, in creative direction and photography and art direction design, Michelle Holm in art direction and design, and finally Ben B in cover art. I'm not gonna read the charts, so I'm only gonna read the configurations. United Kingdom has about the silver thing, has a 60,000 units in sales, and that's it. I'm gonna talk about that, and we're gonna have 2 more topics to talk about, and then we'll wrap up the show. And yeah, what I'm gonna talk about here, the return of App Edition 94. So that is gonna be huge. Now, I got a sneak peek for you, and what's the sneak peek of Adaptation 94 is going to be about? Well, it's going to be about the money cards. So, I'm not going to play the game, so I'm going to be doing it. All you have to do is sneak peeks of PBS Kids Blast in the Past on my VidBox. So, that's just what I'm going to be doing recently. So, Lingo, Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, and everything. Yeah, Super Angelo, always. We start with the not joke, but that's part 1, part 2, part 3. And all of a sudden, this is not going well for the last 3 minutes. But, that's just me. My brother jumped the pig. I gotta delete that once I have to upload his thing, because he's supposed to be on his channel, man. And it needs to. But anyway, what's next? And then I got one more topic to talk about. Is goodbye, Miss Jeannie. Now, Miss Jeannie, if you watch this video, good luck on this your life and everything. You gotta need it. So, she's leaving bowling the M-Bucks since she's been an M-Bucks bowler announcer since 2017. I have known her on Facebook and everything, but she will be missing me, but I will see her in person again in 2021 and beyond. So, Jeannie, if you watch this right now, good luck in life in South Carolina. You gotta need it. Anyways, guys, double episode of this episode. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one, which is going to be the 2 days after Thanksgiving episode of TheCrazyBunch's WebShow. Till next time, salute Jones, goodbye, peace out, baby. Get more TheCrazyBunch's WebShow episodes, guys, very soon. Till then, Jump State out. See ya.